Yeah, Vin. I
Hmm.
have a couple of doubts.
Go ahead.
Um, for some of the, I created all the files, but uh, in the, I think uh, one of the file it says ARC event. Is it job info? Yeah, in the job info import template, I'm unable to find the event reach. I have the sequence the sequence number column, but I'm unable to have the AGO event reach. Can I share my screen just to show you?
Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, yeah, let me make you presenter. Okay, I made you host. You can share your screen now.
Yeah, I'm trying to share it. Give me 1 second. Okay, able to see my screen, Vinu?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so when I generate this template, I'm not
Hmm.
able to get the other column, the column that is.
No, what is this? What template is it? Yeah, go
It's
to the download template.
job info import template.
Hmm.
Here, there is one
That's the
more
event
column.
reason. That's the
Yeah,
event reason actually.
yeah, event reason should be there, but it's
Hmm.
not able to generate that.
No, this is the event reason. Go to download templates again.
Yeah,
Yeah, job history.
so here,
Event reason is there, right?
where I don't see it.
No. It's there, right? On the selected date fields, data fields, you have event reason and event date.
Event date. Yeah,
Uh,
correct. Event date
and
and
remove
event.
that NZL, that is New Zealand specific job number. That can be deleted.
Yeah,
Yeah. You want to add position? Just add the position
okay.
also here.
Yeah.
Remove this.
Let me close this.
Event date and event reason is there.
Yeah, but it should contain something that says ARC.
What ARC?
Uh, like, let me show you. If I import that file, so it's saying event reach or removed. So in this,
What is that event reach?
that's what I'm trying to find out. I don't see. Maybe this one. This
No,
is it's
maybe that
this
is
column.
event reason actually. It must have replaced with reach. It should be event reason.
Okay.
When you're maintaining the text, that must have updated.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay,
You-
I'll change this file and see if it imports
Yeah.
correct. So okay, that's
Now,
fine.
now you have downloaded, right? That contains
Yeah,
event reason and all. Yeah.
yeah. That should have event
Shift
reason.
all, yeah, shift all your data to that file and
Yeah,
upload.
yeah, sequence number.
The sequence number is not required.
Event reason here is the
Yeah,
event reason. Yeah.
you have company event date, event reason, supervisor,
Yeah.
user ID, and position.
Yeah, that all I have. I've already updated that. That should be okay. I think that is the and couple of more I have. No other date. This higher date is not. I'm not able to find it.
Employment details.
Yeah.
Which portlet is it? Yeah, go to again import templates.
I think it's basic import.
No, employment details. Basic import or employment details. Basic import is the first file. User ID is there, right? User ID, person ID, and start date. Start date is the high date.
Oh, start date is the higher date.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. I was confused because I was trying to see if I should see the higher date here. I checked
Now go
here,
to
so it's not there.
manage. Go to manage business configuration. Yeah, manage business configuration. Employment details. Check for employment details. No, E. Employment, yes. No. Employment, yes.
This one, right?
Yeah,
Employment in.
yeah.
Okay.
Here you see the start date, you can rename it as high date.
Oh, okay. 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 That was one of the things that I got confused.
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
change. So that should be fine.
yeah.
Uh,
Go to edit, I'll tell you how to edit that. Edit mode, take action, take action. Yeah, make correction. Just rename it here. Start, no, not that. Label. Should not be changing ID, should be. Just remove that start and put it as higher. Date, you can leave it as it is. Confirm. Next.
Next. Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. This event reason is done. So that should not be a problem. So here, event reason and event GBR fields, are they the same or
They're
can we
same.
same,
See,
right?
event reason is a multi-language field, so you can have the translation maintained in different languages. So GBR is one country, so for each country you have those.
Okay. So should once I remove these countries,
Yeah,
I think I'm
if
able
you are
to get
uploading, if you are uploading country-specific data, then you can choose one country, select country or region. You can select only one country, and say no, system will download those country-specific fields.
Okay. I think I should remove that country specific, remove everything and then generate that.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that is about event reason. That's all, Vin.
Okay.
I'll make those changes and upload that files.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are my doubts.
Yeah. You can make me host. I'll share my screen.
I have one question. While I'm creating employee information and try to continue, then one error is showing that is related to cost center. And I tried to go to manage business configuration. Then
You
but
got it
I
right,
couldn't.
Corvina?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, thank you.
I could not fix it.
What was that? Can you come again?
When I'm trying to do the employee information updated and continuing, but it is showing error which is related to cost center. and I tried to fix
Which
the
file is this? Job info.
job employee information, add new employee.
Okay, add new employee. You're still stuck up with hiring employee.
Because I couldn't able to do the employee information. That's why I could next time. I also checked
What did you check?
this side business, then delete the custom row.
Do you have your employee in pending hires?
Sorry, Venu, I didn't understand.
Do
What
you
did you
have
say?
your, did you save your employee in drafts?
Yes. I didn't because I continue. I don't know how to save, so just let me leave.
No, no. Did you save or not?
No, I didn't.
You did not save your job, your employee.
No, but it will take 1 minute only. You can continue. If it is okay, you can continue the class. Meanwhile, I will try.
What is your company?
UIBT Service Private 7070. So there is one question, Venu. While I'm first put the company name, then I couldn't find the event region. But while I put the event region first, then I can continue. You just put the event region first, then you after that you can put the company name. Then I can continue.
Is that event reason?
Yes, yes.
Only these positions created?
Yes. I created one more position, assistant manager, but it is not showing.
Where is your company here? Hmm?
What legal entity?
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I'll save this employee in draft. You can continue from there.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? No? Okay. So we'll start with today's session. Give me 1 minute. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, Vinay, we can see.
Yes.
Yes, we
Okay.
can see.
Today we are going to discuss about RBP. RBP is nothing but role-based permissions. Okay. Very, very important. Topic is small, but only one complete session, but it is very important to understand the concept. Okay. Now, what do we do in role-based permissions? Okay, role-based permissions, we control the security or we control the access of employees. What should employee do? What should employee access? What should manager access? What should consultant access? What should HR manager access? So those are managed in role-based permissions. Okay, let's take some examples. Now we have employees. If I'm an employee, when I log into SuccessFactors system, what should I see? Own personal info. All my personal info, I should be able to edit. Right? It's my personal information. My first name, last name, my nationality, my education, my contact details, my address information. So all of this information I should be able to edit. Whether you want to have workflow approvals, so no, that is fine. But still should be able to edit my own personal information. Okay, and then my own employment information. Can be your job or employment details or organization details, all of those. I should be able to only view my grade, my location, my company. I should be able to view. I should not have edit access. Otherwise, what I'll do, I'll go and change my grade from manager to senior manager, or from senior manager to general manager, or from general manager to president or something else. So I should not have access to edit. Okay. If I am promoted, either my manager or HR will be promoting or changing the grades. I should not have access to it. My own comp information. Comp information can also be here. Employment information, same. I can view my salary details. Okay. I'll put here others personal information. Can I edit others personal information? No. But I should have view access. I can look at others information, my colleagues information, or someone, if I want to look at others personal information, contact details, address information, those I can view. Others comp information or employment information. Can I view others comp information? No. Salary details, I should not see other salary details. It's confidential, right? I should not have access. So as an employee, I should be able to edit my own personal information. I can see my own job or the comp information. When it comes to others' personal information, I can view, but others' comp information, I should not be able to view also. Next, manager is also an employee. If I am a manager, I'm also employee, so I'll have access to all of this information, same as employee. Have access to employee data, same as employee. If I am a manager, I'll have direct report, right? Direct reports. Employee will not have direct reports. I have direct reports. I can edit. If I want to promote my employee, if I want to transfer my employee, if I want to change some information of my direct reports, only my direct reports who are reporting to me, I should have edit access. Okay. Now, if I am a HR manager, I am now HR manager. HR manager should also have the same access as employee, right? When it comes to their own personal information, they should be able to edit. Okay. When it comes to their own employment information, they only view. But when it comes to others' information, they should have edit access. Others' comp information or org information, they should have edit access. Others' direct reports, they should have the same access. Clear? Now, if it is consultant should have all access. Additionally, consultant will also have configuration access. So none of these roles will have configuration access. Consultant will have configuration access. None of these people will have sorry. Yeah. Consultant will have all the access. Now, all of this is controlled through role-based permissions. Who should have access? Everybody will be logging into same instance with their IDs. Okay, everybody will be logging into the same instance in their own IDs. And when they log in, depending on the role that they are in, they can see or they can view or they can edit, or if they should not have access, they will not see that. And all of this is controlled through RBP module, and RBP can be set up in 3 simple steps. First step is to create a group. You create a group for all the employees to whom you want to grant the same permissions. You will not be granting permissions to individual employees. It is for group of employees always. Group all of the employees, group all of the managers, group all of the HR managers, group all of the consultants. So you create one group, add all the employees. Create another group, add all managers. Create one group, add all HR managers. Create one group, add all the consultants. Okay. So that is done through manage permission group. Second step, create a role. Group is to group employees. And second is role. Role is where you'll be having all the permissions. What permissions you want to grant? View, edit, delete, no access. So this is controlled in manage permission role. And the third step is assign group to role. Assign group to role. You have group, you have role, tag both of them. Add the group to the role. What group should have that access? Okay, this will grant access to employees that we have created. Okay, so these are the three simple steps that we'll be doing. Now, while granting the permission to group, you have 2 options: granted group and target group. Granted group and target group. Granted group is whom do you want to grant access? All employees, all managers, all HR managers, all consultants. So that's the granted group. And target group is now these granted employees, whom should they have access to? Now, if I say employee, Employee should have, for employee, what is the target? For employee, the target is themselves. For manager, the target is their direct reports. For HR manager, target is their all the employees. For consultants, the target is all employees. So depending on the role that you are creating, you should be adding the target group as well. I'll give you a simple example again. Now, if I have my operations in 4 locations, okay, I have operations in these 4 locations. So I have 3,000 employees here. I have 4,000 employees here. I have 5,000 employees here and 6,000 employees here. Total of 18,000 employees. And here I have HRs, 3 HRs, 4 HRs, 5 HRs, 6 HRs. Total of 18. Okay, so 18,000 employees I have and 18 HRs. Now I'm creating a role for HR. HR should be able to edit the employee information, but they should be restricted to their own employees. Now these HRs should have access to only these 3,000 employees. The Bangalore HRs, Bangalore 4 HR should have access to only 4,000 employees of Bangalore. Kolkata HR should have access to only their own location employees. I don't want this HR to edit Delhi employees. I don't want this HR to edit Hyderabad employees. So target for each of these HR. Now all of them are HRs. Everybody should have the same access. They should go edit personal information, edit comp information, edit job information. They should have the same access. But target for them is different. So this is my granted group, 18 HRs. And target is their own location employees. Now, if I am creating a role for division heads, so the target is all the employees of that division. If I am creating a role for business unit head, so target is their own business unit employees. Okay, so granted and target. Clear? Yes or no? Okay. So let me go to first part, which is manage permission groups. Go to manage permission group. Now, these are the groups that I have, and each group contains the list of employees. Some employees here. I want to create my own group. So go create new group. Group name. What is your company name? RL, right? Okay. 8800 RIL. I'll say RIL employee group. Okay. RIL employee group. Now, how many employees do we have? I don't know. I don't know the exact count. I have hired some employees manually. I have hired some employees through import. I don't know, but I don't know the exact count. So when you are grouping the employees, we need to find out the common thing in them. Now here, the common thing in all the employees is all the employees of company Reliance Industries. If you are creating a group, you need to see what is the common thing in them. Are they belonging to same location? Are they do they belongs to same division, department, business unit, location, pay grade, job classification? Now you need to find out this similarity. So here in this case, I am creating a group for all the employees of Reliance. So company, the people pool you should be choosing the company here. Okay. Scroll down and search for company. Job information company. And you select job information company, it says company equal to. What is your company? 8800. Ends Industries. Done. When you choose the people pool, go and update. It shows up the 12 employees or the employees of that company. All the employees that are in that company. So all of them are in this company. There are 12 employees. If I want to exclude some employees, I want to include all the employees of RIL, but I want to exclude some employees. So who are those employees that you want to exclude? You go exclude job information, maybe a particular location employees. So go choose location. Which location you want to exclude? I want to exclude RIL Kolkata. Done. And say update. It removes all the employees of Kolkata. You will not see the employees of Kolkata now. You see, Bangalore, Hyderabad, you only see Bangalore and Hyderabad employees now. I don't see Kolkata. There is one employee in Kolkata. I don't want to exclude any employees. Now you go update 12 employees. Who is that employee? There's one employee is RL president here showing in Kolkata. So you can create the people pool and choose the employees. You can also add employees manually. Now you can also add another people pool. If you want to add some employees manually, you can do that, user or username. Which employee? Maybe you want to search for some employee. Add. Okay. I think this employee is also there. I'll just go and put some other employee. You see, 13 employees added because 12 employees from this company and 13th employee is this company. So you don't want, just delete. Update. Done. Okay. Clear on groups?
Yeah, Venu, is this mandatory that we have to create this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because while creating the roles, you will be asked to select the group. Whom do you want to grant the permissions? And you cannot have the permissions for individual employees. If you have 10,000 employees, you cannot, every time you hire an employee, you cannot go and grant the permissions. That is an employee. Employee should have employee self-service access. Right, every employee should have the same access.
Correct.
Yeah.
So every time a new employee is added, you go and make
Yeah.
changes. To the group,
By
right?
default, every employee will be given the same access.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Every employee will be given same access. Okay. Now you cannot hire employee and see what role the employee is in. Manager role, go grant manager permission. HR role, go grant HR permissions. Now the department head go and grant department head permission. So we don't do that. System automatically updates the permissions. Now I've created a group called RIL employee group. What is the criteria? Here the criteria is all the employees of company 8800. So if I add one more employee today, so this count will be increased to 13 automatically.
Oh, okay.
So if that employee falls into that criteria, system will add.
Oh,
Add the
okay. So
employee.
we don't need to manually
We
add
don't
it.
need to manually add it
Oh,
here.
that's where I was going. Okay.
Okay. If
Yeah.
you have created a group with the criteria as user or username, so only fixed employee there. Now you want to add forcibly some employee, you come and add the employee. But here, if you are choosing the people pool like country, company, location, so if the employee falls into that criteria, system will automatically pick.
Okay.
Okay. If it is user, it is fixed, static.
Yeah.
And if it is company, location, business unit, division, job code, pay grade, then it is dynamic.
Okay.
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 Now we have hired some employees, right? RIL employees. So these are all our RIL employees. Now let me log in as Kiran. So if I go use proxy now, RIL Kiran. Sorry, Kiran. Okay. Now I'm logging in as Kiran. I'm logging in as Kiran. Now when I log in as Kiran, now this is Kiran. Okay. If I go to my employee files, Kiran is going to his employee files. What can Kiran do here? Kiran can go to his contact information. He can edit contact information. Okay. Biographical information. He can go edit his biographical information. Okay. Kiran can go look at job information. You see here, there is no pencil icon or history icon. History icon you have, but Kiran doesn't have edit access. He cannot edit his job information. There is no edit button or delete button, or the insert new record is not editable. You see, he cannot edit the data. He can see the data. If I go to comp information, you can see his annual salary. But again, there is no edit button. Pencil icon is not there. History is there, but no edit button or delete button or insert new record. Okay. And does he have access to his salary details? Pay components visibility is not there. Pay components visibility is not there. Now, can he edit his contact information? Yes. Address information, he can edit. Dependent information, he can edit. He can edit his own information here. Okay. ID information edit access is not there. You see, if the data is maintained, he can see the data, but ID, it is not editable. Contact information, let me go and add some information. I'm Kiran now. Okay, I'm just updating. So he has access to other email, test@test.com. Okay. So I can edit contact information. Okay. I can edit address information. Okay. Add address. Home address. Okay. Okay. Now it is going for approval. That's fine. You see here, there's a approval. I can edit address details, but it is asking me for approval. It went to approval. Once they approve, I can see this request. Now I can go to other employees. Let me go and search for other employees. You see, it is only showing my own details. It is not showing any other employee details. You search for any employee, it is not showing up. President, director, it is not showing. John, it is not showing up here. That means he can only view his data. Others' information, he cannot view. He doesn't have access. But somehow, he has got his own access. But to some extent, national IDs he cannot edit. There's no personal information here. It's not showing up any personal information also. First name, last name, that should also be there. But system is not showing up that. Okay, that means all of these employees, they have access to their own data to some extent. But in some role, they are granted this access. Now, I will create my own group and role and add some more permissions and see. Now, if I go to manage data, if I search for manage data, I can see manage data. Okay, if I'm going to manage data, I want to create position. I don't see position here. I want to create company. I don't see company here. I want to create department. I don't have access to department. I want to create business unit. I don't have access to. Okay, that means I cannot add any of this. Or if I want to search for department here, it is not showing up. I want to go to manage organization pay. This is not showing up at all. If I want to search for import employee data, I want to import employees. I don't have access to it. Manage business configuration. I don't have access to it. Because Kiran is not a consultant. Kiran should not have edit access or configuration access. Okay. So I'll go, say become self. Now I have logged in as admin, SF admin. Okay. If you see, this is Anya Singh now. Now if I go and search for Kiran, see here, I can see personal information. Okay. I can edit personal information. If I go to history, I see insert new record, I see edit, I see delete, see cancel. Okay. So I see basic information, I see biographical information, I see contact information, I can see edit information. And I go to job information. I can edit job information also. History, pencil icon is there, edit icon is there, delete icon is there. Comp information, I can see the salary details of this employee. Salary details and also the pay components. I can also see pay components. But Kiran was unable to see pay components. Right? We'll go and grant the access of personal information. This one. Personal information portlet and other details. National ID should be able to edit. He should be able to search other employees. So we'll go and grant that access now. Okay. Now I can search for anything. Manage data. I can search for manage org pay. Okay. I can search for manage business configuration. I can do all of this. Okay. Clear? So let me go to manage permission roles. Second step. First step, I've created a group. So this is the latest screen of manage permission roles. Okay. So I can switch back to legacy RBP, which is much easier. Okay. Both of them are same. It is the latest RBP and this is the old RBP. Now I'll go and create new role. I have my existing role. I'll go and grant the access. Role name, I'll say RIL EMP role. Role created for employees of RIL. Okay. What permissions you want to grant? Second step, permissions. Now you have two sets of permission, user permission and administrator permission. Administrator permission is all about the configuration. User permission is all about employee data. And RBP is for all the modules. You will see all of the modules, time, calibration, performance, compensation, and so on. So these are all the permissions related to each module. Now I want to grant permissions of Employee Central. Employee Central data can be granted through Employee Central effective dated entities and employee data. Most of my information will be available in effective dated entities and employee data, these two. So in Employee Central effective dated entities, we go to effective dated entities. I see here personal information, first name, last name. I see view current, view history. Now, what does that mean? So if I go to any employee, let me open up one of the employee profile. I will open Kiran's profile. You have effective dated portlets and non-effective dated portlets. Effective dated portlets contain history. Now, this is effective dated. Personal information is effective dated, effective as of. So you have history. You can view current. This is view current. Whatever that I see here, this is view current. View current. Okay, and then view history. Now, this is view history. Go click on history. This is view history. If there are multiple records, I can see multiple record data. And then I have edit insert. This is edit insert. Insert button, what you see is edit insert. And then correct and delete. Correct is this edit, delete is this delete. Okay. Now, when we grant permissions to users, we always be granting access to view current, view history. And if you want them to maintain the data, you can grant edit insert access as well. When you grant edit insert access, they will see insert new record or they will see this pencil icon. What happens with this? They can maintain their own data with pencil icon. And if there are any workflows or the approvals configured, system triggers the workflows. If there are any workflows, system triggers the workflows with this pencil icon. And edit, if I make same change through edit, system will not route the approvals. It won't trigger any approvals. If I make some change, let's say if I'm going here, personal information, I want to make change with effect to 8. Let me see. There is any salutation. Save. There are workflows, system triggers workflows. Nationality. Okay, now it says workflows. It is triggering submitting personal information change request for RIL president. It is triggering the workflow here because you have changed the last name or you have added salutation. So it is triggering workflow. But if I go and maintain the data through edit, so if I go here, edit, I'll make those same changes. Salutation is Mr. Nationality is India. If I make the same change through edit, it won't ask for any approvals. It will directly update. Now I have my updated information. Salutation is updated, last name is updated, nationality is updated. So you will not be granting edit access. Not be granting edit access. Now, individual field level access can be granted. First name I want to give you. This last name I want to give history. This one I want to give edit or insert. This one I want to give create, correct. And this one I want to give delete. So I can grant individual field level access, which field to see, which field to edit, which field to be deleted, which field to be corrected. Or if you want to grant all the fields of personal information, you just select here. I want users to edit their personal information. So I'll grant view history, edit, insert. I lost that screen. Okay, there's some, go here. Employee central effective dated entities, personal information, I can give view history, edit. Okay. This is all personal information. Personal information contains the country specific information as well. So that's why we see these many fields. Okay. Address information also they should be able to edit. Dependents also they should be able to edit. Job information, they should not have edit access. They should have only view access. Okay. And job relationship also same thing, they should have only view access. Comp information, they should have view access. So I just grant view, history and view. These are effective dated. And all the other information, all the other portlets, national IDs, one-time payments. So this permissions are in employee data. Go to employee data. Employee data, you will see here, out of all of the objects that we have created, for the pay components and the event reasons, we need to grant permissions. So you will find those pay components and event reasons here. These are all pay components. See, these are pay components. Now, if I want to grant them, what is the pay component? 8800, right? You see, event reason. These are event reasons. Okay, or termination, or transfer. These are event reasons. Okay, and then you have basic salary, bonus, 8801, HRA, medical. Sorry, I will not give edit access. Pay components, I will give only view access. Okay, 02, 03, salary deduction. This one also. You can grant all pay components view access, or you can also grant, you can know all event reason view access by selecting this checkbox. But if you want to grant only your own event reasons, you can pay component groups. I'll give annualized salary view access. Anyhow, the employee already have that access, but again, I'm giving workflow history. I want them to view. If there are any workflows which are pending, if you want to show them transaction pending approval, I want them to see. And these are all event reasons. These are all event reasons. These are all event reasons. Scroll up. Future dated transaction alerts. Any future dated. Now, sometimes you may create a new record, maybe promotion record. Now, the promotion is effective August 1st. I have inserted, I'm a HR, I have inserted a promotion record, but I don't want the employee to see till that date. That means that's a future dated record. And I don't want them to see the future dated records. So you can control it through permissions here. Either a single portlet or all the portlets. You have other HRA actions like hiring, terminations. If you want to control, you can do that here. And global assignment details, if you want, you can grant global assignment details access. And this is employment details. They should see their own employment details. HR information. Some of these portlets like biographical information, you see, you should have edit access. They have already edit access, but national ID they don't have. I'll give national ID. Okay. I'll give national ID here. Biographical information also I can grant. Phone information, email information. Grant this access. Some user information, I'll give you access. And these are some of the other background information. They should have edit, delete access. View, employee profile fields. They should have their own data, view and edit. I'll grant. So this is field level access. And if you want to grant the section permission, these sections, okay? If you want to grant this section permissions, candidate information, time of information, employee set declaration, Priyanka. So these are some of the sections. So all of these sections are available here. This is only view access. You see here, candidate information, comp information. So HCL Tech. If you want to grant the view access of this, you can go grant view access. Okay. Now this is granting permissions of user information. Then you have administrator permissions. Administrator permissions, like if you want to grant them foundation object. See, manage foundation object types. I want them to see pay range. I want to see them to see grade. Okay. Create a grade. Create a location. And insert a record for geo. Insert a record for location. GeoZone, they should have correct access. You can grant individual object level permissions. And you should also have manage organization pay. So you have import foundation data, import corporate data model. So this is all configuration. Similarly, I also have MDF foundation data, MDF foundation objects. Business unit, I want them to see. Okay. Cost center, I just want to see view current data. Department, division, I want to view history. Okay. So you can also have the permissions for configuration. The configuration permissions is granted here. So done. I'm done with the permissions. So second step is done. Third step is, whom do you want to grant this permission to? I want to grant these permissions to, go click on add, grant this role to. Permission group, grant role to. Which permission group? Go select your permission group, RIL. RIL employee. Do you want their managers to also have the same access? You can go select allow their managers to have the same access. 1 level, 2 levels, or all levels? All levels. Specify the target population. This is granted population and this is target population. Employee should have access to, if I say everyone, all of these permissions what I have granted, they will be able to edit national ID of others also. I don't want that to happen. They should be able to view their own information, edit their own information, wherever I've granted edit access. So, target population of. What is the target for them? For employees, the target is themselves. You see here, granted users, department, division, location, manager, peers, and self. Because this is a employee self-service permissions that I'm creating. I'm just granting them the self permission, granted self. Sometimes you'd be granting permissions to other employees, but restrict their own data. Like HR should be able to edit others' information, but they should not edit their own information. So in that case, you put everyone and exclude granted users from having permission access to themselves. So you select this option. Okay, now I'm not selecting that. For some of the objects that we have granted, like business unit, cost center, these permissions we have granted, right? We can also have like I want them to see only business units of particular company or cost centers of a particular country. So I can go restrict. Let's say business unit, I want to see if Reliance Industries, legal entity, this one, I can restrict. And data access also, like I've granted them the job information dependent access, right? Let's say I want them to view or edit only dependent details up to next 30 days. So you go say restricted the 30 days. Okay. Or if you want to give full access, you say full. Done. Scroll down and save. Save. Okay. Clear? Yes or no? So we'll stop it here for today. Okay. We'll continue the session on Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll not have session. We'll be connecting back on Wednesday. Okay. Hmm. Yes, go ahead. Okay then. Thank you all. With
Okay,
a
thank
few more
you.
things in permissions, we'll be discussing that on Wednesday session. I don't want to do it in hurry. We'll discuss in detail on Wednesday. Okay, only 15-20 minutes on RPP again. We'll do that on Wednesday. Thank you all. Bye.